down on the Pine River, close to home in Brizzy, and we've taken the tinny out for a bit of a trial run. We picked it up at Christmas time and just done a little bit of fit out. We've just did a bit of filming down the mouth of the Pine River and stopped off up in the river to have a bit of lunch. And I thought I'd just go over where we are with the tinny at the moment. So, you know, there's probably a little bit more to do to get it ready. It's got to get rigged to go on the roof, but it needed to get rigged just to go out for a fish, basically. So I'll spin you around, and there it is. It's a Mako 376 Topper Tracker. Mako Craft, I should say. Tim Stessel from Stessel Marine. It's his brand. And so far, this is where we're at. Now, so far I've got the canopy on because my beautiful partner up here likes to stay out of the sun.
Yes.
And it's worked quite well. It's not the greatest for fishing, mind you, but when you're traveling around, it's a little bit of shade and it does work, does give you a little bit of shelter. This one is a Ocean something brand. We'll just get around there and have a look. I saw it there. Ocean South. All right, we picked it up Anaconda, and I'll say that again, Anaconda. Picked it up at Anaconda, and it wasn't terribly expensive, but seemed to do the job. Got a little zipper there, folds up a nice neat package. Actually can pull it down for storage inside the vehicle. Some clips on the side here, I don't know if you can see them. Not there, oh no, they're up in here inside the frame. You can actually undo it and pull it apart. Take the supports through the roof off, and then you can put that inside the truck, which makes it handy to break down rather quickly. Now, mounting it. Well, I didn't want things stuck above the top of the gunnels on the boat because it needs to slide up on the roof, and I didn't want any obstruction trying to get it up there. So I got some Railblazer clamps that go into the rails on the inside of the tinny, and I'll just see if I can get in there and give you a good of a look to that, which is a bit hard, but there you go. Now these little things are quite good. They just clamp inside the rails, that channel I should say, around the gunnels, clamp into the channels, and they've got all sorts of fittings for them. They're a quick release type thing. I don't know if I can get one out, probably not, but anyway, quick release, maybe, not real quick at the moment. No, it's too tied down with the canopy on there, but just a simple little locking mechanism. It's got a little star fitting. I might just take a little shot of that later so you can see how that works, but it is quite a good little fitting, very strong, very robust. Also got the sounder set up on one of those. Again, sounder's on a Lowrance HDS7, and that's got the side scan and the GPS nav on it. Wiring is fairly simple on that, just run to a little ARB jump starter kit. Now that's just tucked under the rails. I saw this on Tripper to Van Guy's had one set up on his, and it works quite well. This is just an intermediate, so the jump start is great for, you know, keeping the truck, especially in automatic. You need that jump starter in case you get a failed battery somewhere. But it also doubles as a little power pack for the sounder at the moment. I am going to put a battery in that just neatly fits in battery in the boat later. There's a different setup in the truck going, but I'll go over that some other time. Toshiba 20 horse, heaps of grunt for this size boat. People up, tracks along really nicely. Goes quite well. Yeah, working well. Normal stuff in the back, just a big, 20 litre fuel tank. That's all you need. That stacks for this little motor. Choose very little. What else we got? We have the seats again, Anaconda boy, and the clamps underneath, which are just a clip over type clamp for the seat itself. I don't know if you can see that because I've got them locked in, but again I might show you a little bit more of that later. There's under there is a clamp. This is clamps over the seats. Excuse my dodgy photography, but anyway. And that's about it at the moment. Not that I'll be going too much further. A couple of rod holders that were put in when I bought the boat from Tim. That's all. It's only a little tinny. You don't need to go mad with these things. And trying to keep the weight down as much as possible so it hasn't got a floor in it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to put any floor in there. I'm not quite sure it's necessary. It also just adds extra bits of weight. So we want to have it so we strip down quickly. You can put on the roof quickly, and I'm carrying the least possible weight I can, which is always great when you're trying to combine a caravan and boats and cars all together. That's pretty much her at the moment. I don't know if we're going to go any harder. I don't know if all this extra gear is really worth it. Place to put the fishing rods, maybe some rod holders for that, not sure. Definitely a different battery setup, probably a bit larger lithium battery. Might look at an electric motor, but I'm not sure. Again, it's just extra weight to carry around. We got on without electric motors for goddamn I don't know how many years, and everything worked fine. Everybody fished fine without electric motors, but apparently you need these today. Maybe not. If we do get one, it might just be a small one that clamps on the back of the transom rather than a bow mount with all the go gear and G-spotting and God knows what else they talk about. I'm not quite sure if that's the right term for it, but close enough. You know, it gets everybody excited. And that's pretty much it. It looks like that'll be about what I'll do. I don't think I'm going to get too crazy. You know, if you want to keep live bait, there's always a bucket. Bucket of water does fine. You don't need a great big live bait tank of stuff, especially when you're trying to travel. So that's her. There you go. The 376 car topper. And we are going to take that around the country. Whee! Me and the mermaid up there, who just loves it.
I'm about to have another swim.
And she said, you're just about to have another swim if you didn't catch that. She hasn't got a mic on, only me at the moment. But she might go in for another dip.
Yep.
And a good thing about Brown and Brizzy and the Pine River, there ain't no crocodiles. So you can have a swim here in safety, yeah?
Not losing
Look at
time.
that, pretty little spot. I mean, honestly, you wouldn't believe this is, you know, in pretty much North Brisbane, very close to the CBD. And it's a lovely little place to have a day out. Lots of families, lots of boating goes on up here. Anyway, cool. That's enough of me jabbering on. Cheers. Yeah, back at home after having the boat out for the day, and just going to show you those couple of Rail Blaster attachments. Rail Blaster attachments, yeah, quick release things. And that is one there. Now what happens if you pull that out, as you can see, you've got a little star point at the bottom, slots into the bracket, locks in, unlock it, and out it comes. It's a bit stiff because it's only fairly new. Not a bad little piece of kit. Does the job with holding that down. And I'll just pass this to my special assistant.
Certainly. Lucky I went and brushed my hair. I didn't know you were filming.
Now the bit of me top we got here. Yeah, just slash it down. The strap. I put an extra cleat up the front. That just holds it down. It's in a nice bag. So it's got this little zip up, fold over top that keeps it all under control, which is really good. And it's the same mechanism as the sander. The Rail Blaster kit, unlock and pull out. And again, this one's pretty new. Now these attachments for the binnery top are available from Rail Blaster as well. And again, slides in, push it down. and lock slides across, and yes, it's held in place and pretty solid. Not a bad job. Again, that Binomi top comes apart. This clips up in the top stays up here, so you can take it and kind of nearly flat pack it rather than have it assembled when you're travelling. So that was pretty much the only thing. You got normal stuff. You got a couple of drink holders to put in. You need those. You want to stop your cans flying all over the place. Want to have a beer while you're out having a fish or a can of drink or something. The chairs. I'll just show you those brackets quickly.
Do you want me to hold the camera?
Wing nuts underneath it. They're meant not to come off. That's why. Too quickly. But they come off fairly easily. Just take the tension off the wing nuts. Pop them off. And that's the mechanism underneath.
There you go.
Which is just a clamp, you know, just clamps up nice and tight. Puts them on, take them off. Put them on fairly quickly. How long it's going to last, I'm not sure. That's probably the biggest issue I've got, is sometimes the longevity of some of this stuff's not the best. But what else is available? Anybody any better ideas to how to make these chairs nice and quick release, let me know. That'd be a good idea, but that's the quickest way we can disassemble, and so we can get the boat up on the roof in pretty quick time. I don't think there's anything else I want to show you, but that's pretty much it. Those couple extra things, and again, you know, work in progress. Little bits and pieces we'll put into that as we go along, but I don't think there'll be much more. The more you put in there, the more weight you get, the more complicated things to get. You just want it to make it nice and quick and easy. You know, off the top of the car, onto the trailer and down the water, have a fish, bring it back and put it back on fairly quickly. Oh, safety gear. I've got this bag from Anaconda. Already had all the safety gear in it. Most of the safety gear you need. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was only about 130 or something. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. Check it out at Anaconda. That's just a bag. We added a safety, a first aid kit. That's not the greatest one, but it's just one we threw in there for the time being. Life jackets, of course. You've got to have those. They're auto inflatable ones for us old people. Not really, but anyway, that's a good safety option. You get knocked out in a tinny and go over the side, it's goodbye. Goodbye to you, yeah? And that's why the auto inflatable ones are a damn good idea, because if you're unconscious, you can't pull the cord to inflate the things. Thing is, and that's one of the biggest problems I think that happens in small tinnies after being, you know, messing around on boats most of my life, is that people have an accident out while they're fishing alone, especially in tinnies. Normally happens, they knock themselves out, fall over, hit their heads on the side of the boat as go over something in the water. That's it. But these will help. These will help. Normal stuff, you know, extra ropes, paddles, you know, not that these things are much good then. But
If you get stuck.
If you get stuck, this is better than nothing. Old flashlight. Fire extinguisher is mandatory these days, one of those, you know. And there's some flares in the bottom, inshore flares, of course. And the old, yeah, that's the flag for the motor. You put that on the back over your motor when you're travelling so people can see the end of the motor and they don't run into it. And of course the old V-sheet in the bottom. You know, you've got a few spares, you need a couple of spare bungs, things like that. This will grow and get more refined as we go on. But it's not a bad bag, it's fairly waterproof. The trouble is you can never find any of the stuff like the old days in good canvas. It's all in vinyls, which is rather annoying. It's all we can get. Hopefully it will last as long as this boat does. We hope. Anyway, that sits up the front, got all the safety gear in it, ready to rock and roll and on the water. That's pretty much it. Once I get some new batteries and things happening, I'll do some more and show you what we get up to and how we end up putting this on the roof on the D-Max, not the Nissan. And the old girl we took the Nissan out today to TV48 just for a run. She's been sitting around and needs a run. That's pretty much it. That's where we are with the boat. We'll see how we go. We'll put some more stuff in it, do some more trial runs, get the D-Max sorted out so we get up on the roof. And we're probably going to use the front winch of the vehicle to do that, which is a little bit different than actually having the boat, the boat racks on the top with the winch built in. Anyway, we'll get to all that. All right, see you later. Cheers.